Double check that the stream is on. That's wrong. If that's the case, then I need to do something. Check. Is it working properly this time? Public and stuff. Microphone is working. Okay. It should be working this time. Check which. Oh, I need to rename it. Yes, there. this thing. Big too much. There we go. And we can hide this top right and double check that we have the full screen. Okay. That's, gosh darn that. At least we see. And we have the entire 8 tires, and that's not always on top. God damn it. Always on top. Always just go on space. Alright, so that's just a. I closed Godot. Why would I close Godot? Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. So, continuing from last time, we are going to be building the frame data manager. The problem that I was facing last time, which was I was running out of time, and this line for the export tool button just doesn't work. So, what we're going to do, since the tool essentially just says to be loaded and executed by the editor, which means I don't need to press run on the thing. So, what we're going to do is instead copy the method somebody else did by making some buttons. Add export, add frame, for button. I need to add var. I need a hint that it is a boolean. Or add frame button. What we're going to do is get this. We're going to set it to false after we've done everything else in the code. So we're going to, for now, print add frame. And then we need some type of process. So we're going to add a function for process. Enter if add, no, that will be needed. If add frame button is true, then we'll add a frame. And we can put that in one line. Cool. Okay. Now if we click on this thing, if we click on, where is it? Why is it not here? Okay, shift add export. What is export custom? Because that might be pretty strange. No, okay. Don't think we want that. Or is it ready? that we want to use. Okay, let me switch scenes and switch back. Save the buttons added. Yep. Okay, and close this delta. I'll set this to equal false as well for defaulting. Switch scene, switch back. Why is this error back? Gosh darn it. Okay. I changed it and it didn't do anything. Reset it to false. Maybe it needs to be physics process. Okay, it's been changed. That's been changed to on. Didn't do anything. Change back. That didn't do anything either. Let me make a new scene and then add the frame data manager. Okay, so this is how we want to do it. Let's see if that means this works. Please let me delete. Okay, save that and then run it here. This doesn't work. Meaning, we need to just try process just to see if that works. Okay, so this has to be a physics process. Save that. Go here. Press the button. It says add frame. Okay, so we have now created a script that automatically runs in the editor whenever we need it to run in the editor. Meaning, okay, we can now use this to make children, remove children. I don't think this is going to be needed here, but it is going to need its own script. Okay. Single frame, also a tool, so you need its own script. We'll get to that. So, let's define the functions that should be in this thing. This should allow it to add a frame. Same thing with remove a frame usually. Hmm. How should this be? This is add, let's make it a new end frame. End frame. And then also make sure that the thing is calling the right thing. Okay. Then for adding a new end frame, we can then add or remove it's going to need to also be able to, if we have a list of frames, order these frames in order from one to the end. Which would mean we want to rename func rename underscore frames colon pass there. Okay. Then we're going to want, what else? Make an add export category for buttons. Okay. Then we want a variable that is an array, sorry, which is probably not the best way to do it since we already have for child in get underscore children. Okay. So for child and get children, name each child's uh, child dot name equals frame number, and then we want to have something that's plus child dot order. If I get child, if I just put child, yeah, that doesn't make sense. Child. Be frame, and then is there a loop function or something? Nope, don't think so. Okay. Let's add a variable called var child index. So index, which should be an int, and that will be defined. So at the end, child index equals 0. Underscore index equals 0 plus child index. Make sure to str bracket this thing and also increment. What's this? I think is an option. Nope. Plus equal 1. The other short form. Okay, get rid of pass. In both spots. So after the for loop, we'll reset the child index. So when we add something, let's go func rename frames. So if add frames, rename underscore frames. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So for the add new end frame, let's actually add a frame rather than just, you know, do this. So rename these from, actually, let me add a child just to see if it renames it. So let's go to relationship 2D. Okay. We're gonna press the button here. Oh wait, no. This is not where this should be added. We're gonna go here. We're gonna add a child. Literally should be and could be anything. We're gonna go here. We're gonna press the button. It updates. Congrats. It updated. Frame 1. You want it to be frame 0. If I press it again, it's always going to be frame 1, which is perfect. Alright, delete this node. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. I think this should just always be renaming frames, since the only thing that should be underneath this are things that should be frames. Okay, change that, save that, Control-C, Control-V, place it here, place this above. If I try and rename it, just renames immediately back. Perfect. Okay. That's good. That's good. That means they will always be named the frame you want it the number to be. Okay. Is that a thing that could happen? The only thing that really needs to be added is a shape. which is either a rectangle, a circle, or some other shape, which most of which are going to be either rectangles or circles. Street Fighter does it all in rectangles, so we can just give them like the basic shape rectangle. But yeah, frame data manager. Let's go to your script. Okay. Add new end frame. Does not add an actual frame. It just says it does, but it doesn't. Okay. What we want to do is create a new child. So new tab shape 2D. This has constructors. Let's see where the constructors are, which it's not telling me. Okay, let's just go dot and see what we have. New dot question shape. There's an add child. This node with a period. Okay, Control S. No. Save the script. Press the button. Add child. Does this take in any more parameters? Node, false readable name, bool, false. As a child node can have any number of children, but every child must have a unique name. Child nodes are automatically deleted when the parent node is deleted, so the entire scheme can be removed by going to the topmost node. Is it append? No. Add. What is a sibling? It's a sibling to this node's parent node. We add a sibling right below this node. I don't understand this one. Alright. Okay. Save this. Go here. Add new end frame. It's printing, but it's not adding. Don't insert mode. Okay, why is this not working? .new doesn't have anything? Child. Add child. Add child. Internal. If internal is in different than child add as internal, no case no segment that necessarily get children unless the parameter include internals. So not if the node already has parent, this method will fail. But it doesn't have a parent. If child node dot get parent, child node dot get parent dot remove child, node. If you want child to be persistence maximum, set the order. In addition to that, the child is typically relevant for tool scripts, the editor plugin. If that child is called without setting an owner, the newly added node will not be visible in the scene tree, though it will be visible in the 2D/3D view. Oh gosh. These are lagging. Oh, add. Oh, there you go. Okay, so apparently I need to set the owner. Dot set dot owner equals self. No, not self modulate, self. Adopt owner is a property. I set owner. Does this have a set owner thing? Nope. No, this is where most of the functions are going to be anyways. Okay, node, owner, node. Process nodes. Methods. Add child. ATR. And process. Between duplicate. Find child. Find children. Find parent. Get child. Get child count. Get groups. Get node. Get parent. Get pass. Get pass 2. Get scene tree. Get viewport. Move child to reparent. Replace. Just really set. Oh, okay. That's unfortunate. What do you mean I can't do this? Control S. Go here. Press the button. It says added end frame. Scene tree doesn't have anything. Apply scale. Get rid of duplication. Get what? Get index, get node, get parent. Start printing things so I can figure out what's happening. So let's save this. Okay. Just do that. Relationship not now. What happens? Save. Go to this thing. Press the button. They have different IDs. Okay. Okay. Let's prompt self dot get score children or child count, I guess. Stopping a minute. I'm gonna stop a minute. If internal children are not counted, see internal. If internal is different than internal node disabled, the child will be added as an internal node. These nodes are ignored by methods selected children. Stop trying to say. Okay. There's one. Cool. Add no iPhone print and digital print children. It's saying there's one child. Okay. Add, add child and correlations for 2D dot new. Not just save. Oh, save this. Go to our thing. Press the button. Press E. Just set owner. Okay. So that's where part of the problem is. And why my computer made this line. Let me select. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that causes a new, different problem that is really, really hidden. If we were paying attention to the terminal, we were seeing that there were children that are internal, whatever that means. So internal. Okay, let's take a look at this. Fetches the child node by its index. Each child node has an index relative to its siblings. You get index. The first child is at index 0, and new values can also this in combination with. No, let's click on internal node. Internal node. Enumerations. And I'm assuming this is of node. Yep. It should be what? No. Okay, so internal mode. Let's not do any of that. Internal mode. I don't know, but function something. It's just something to work with so that I can use the just just mess with it. Okay, it's a property. So we'll put it. Okay. Mhm. Kernel mode. Kernel mode after not any internal sibling. Let's change that to, let's get the app ready function. Well, underscore ready, enter kernel mode equals 2. Dot kernel mode back. Oh, yes. Let's just add a single frame. I really wish I knew what was in the new function. Control Alt S. There you go. That's what the thing is. Different. Nothing showed up. Nine. Yeah. Damn it. It's named what we would have wanted it to be, but oh boy, do I hate that I can't see it. I really don't like that. I really don't like that. Is that a clear, children? How did that happen? button for that so that we can actually not destroy ourselves. Gotta check chat. Which one is it? What happened? Just trying to figure out how the thing and the shortcuts work. Okay. Bar, clear, sort of frames, button. I really don't like that some of the stuff exists in the way that it is. Institution is. Yeah, control this, please, for goodness gracious. Here we go. Ready. Uh, add new one frame, clear all frames, rename all frames. All this. For child and children get children. Okay. And then let's add an if for the button. If clear all frames button, then clear all frames. Okay. Control alt S. Clear all frames. Which variable false? It is false. Clear all frames. Add frame. Does that count? It is being a blank array, which is good. Gosh, I hated that. I don't like that it's being like this. We're gonna need a variable at or something. This at the top, so I don't have to see it again. And we can do clear on whatever you want. Okay, so here's all the things including internal. I'm going to have brackets for that are hidden frames. Then control alt C, try clear frames here, just in case. Oh, it didn't equal false afterwards. Whoops. Enter. Clear frame become equal equal false. set that to, done. Okay, that's good. Now we need to add a child node that will show up in the editor. Okay, so add child. Shape owner dot add shape. What is this? Okay, shape owner add shape. Owner ID shape 2D as a shape to the owner. Shape clear shapes, middle shapes from the owner. Shape owner, shape owner. What is this for? Collision object 2D. Okay, that's a little bit not really annoying. That's right, very annoying. Properties, create, shape, owner, get collision later, get, what am I looking for? Set collision shape owner, shape owner. Body shape owner, shape owner, shape. So, mm, let me check what the GitHub repository is. And then conduct system, reorder all nodes, insert frame. Frame data, number the box, frame data, reset one, frame data two, tag frames, audio tags, versions, child up to say that it was true. Engine dot is editor hint. Tag from settings. Tag from data. Nice. It makes an array. Snap. I guess we'll add. Let me mess with the unit and check for internal nodes. What if I want to turn one into? Oh, let's top of code type. Yeah, I guess. Those versus internal nodes. Static data can use. If you use static data, this will be class. I mean, I don't know. It's if see what's in it. Okay, you have to say for yourself. Copilot being free and on the web. See observation. Check out this guide. Sure. Put one. This is the same thing. Instance. What does instance do? Frame dot instance. Why does it not exist? Instance. This method is method to presuppose instance place where the same tree. This is return for convenience. I don't understand so many things that are here. Back to the internet. Copilot. How do I make an internal node put something node? Don't show up in the how do I fix this? I had to check the GitHub code as well. Not this. If they're using an array, insert, but that's an array. Okay. I'm starting to see why he has two-dimensional array. Why it might use child dot get children again. What do you have? There's a check. And then I can try printing the message associated. Check visibility sessions. Control. Check. If I see I should not see order to print the tree. dot new dot set. So you have set owner, which doesn't work because it's not a real thing, or it is, and it's just hidden somewhere. What? Freaking gosh. Man, I hate how it's so unclear. Uh, self. Okay. Control S. Go to the button. Press the button. Must be an ancestor in the tree. Gosh darn it. I don't know. I'm gonna recount this. Oh, no. Um, new remove. Mixing root. Okay. So, no, escape control S. Add ring. Okay. Uh, dot get underscore. Okay. Alt S. Run it. No. Must be an ancestor in the tree. I don't know what that error even means. Owner of this node. No, there must be an ancestor of this node. Meaning it can't be done in this thing here. So let me add child first. Set owner because that just doesn't make sense. Okay, and then this node will be added to the end, probably. Wait, let me get the ready function and make sure that I put it at the end. So, func ready, enter. Or is it like some, okay, it's going internal mode dot, no, I can't, okay, func underscore ready, enter. It's internal dot, nope, dot bad, I believe. At the end of the parent's children, after any known internal siblings. Okay. That, yeah, here. Script is there. Okay. Then get var frame equals quality. What this is top because finding my variables at the top. And then frame one frame dot set underscore phone should be the self of this thing. Cancel. Control S. Add frame. It did the thing it says, but it's not showing up. It's like click here, come back. They are not shown. Okay. Let me see. Okay, they are there now. Why is that the case? Go here, clear, add. Yes! Let's go. Then we can change it to a single frame. Okay. We don't need to print the children because now we can actually see the children. God damn it. Alright, so add a frame at the end, add a frame at the end, add a frame at the end. Cool. Should probably be like dot shape or something. Or should each frame be allowed to add their own hitbox, hurtbox, or whatever the thing is that I want? I don't know. As a new frame to this childless node by forcing an internal node to be read into a node. I can just clear whenever I want. Let me have a confirmation button. So clear frame button 1, and then Control C, Control V, clear frame button 1, 2. If this and and itself no and 2, then both need to even false here. Control Alt S. Control Alt S. Change scenes just so it can be seen. So this one and this one, they both get swapped. Epic. That's nice. That's nice. All right. We've been able to add a frame, remove all the frames. If I want to delete a specific frame, I should be able to click on that and then click delete frame. Okay, cool. Right, ready. Um, um, for child in get Discord children tab. The children should be dot disable. Properties. As behavior in physics when process might disable mode for more details. Different nodes, disable mode. Disable mode remove. When node is stable, then this. Mode. Do you have like an enable button or something? Data manager. This is not what to do. Child add a single frame. It has the property disabled. Dot disable. Okay, that's a little annoying, so I will just be like var children equals control C get children, which should for the typing or the type hint. And single frames. All right. Okay. do this. I don't know. Okay, there we go. Because screw you, I want my casting to actually help me. Got disabled equals true. TRP. So also define some other stuff. Maybe. Control Alt S. Change back. This is not disabled, which is a questionable thing. If I run it, it's gonna just. Let me add a frame. Does it really do anything? I don't know. Anyways, renaming all our frame for. Okay. So frame data manager. That's cool. So we can add a frame. We can have a shape. So we go to this, go to the 2D, add a shape, add a rectangle, boom. Got ourselves collision shape, frame one. Add a shape, add a rectangle, boom, second one, second frame. Epic. Uh, but the thing is, how do I tell which one is actively selected? If I disable, it's gray. Okay. So the fact that they're not all disabled is annoying. Did they choose to disable? Where did they choose to disable? Combat system, show all. So at ready, they did. All of them are disabled. Okay. Cool. Let's see. Okay, and then they changed their collision layers to be stuff that I'll decide later. But hey, we got stuff, which is nice. Okay, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna sleep afterwards, and then I will rest well. Bye for now. Non-existent chat, I assume.